Dude, speaking of couples not doing well, you hear about this Sri Lankan presidential advisor?
Oh, of course. But why don't, for the sake of the Hesbos, you explain what you're talking about?
Right, because you're all up on it.
I'm caught up.
I realize it sounds like a very, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like
pretentious?
Yeah, or like a dignified.
Like an NPR. Oh, you
talking point. Wait till you hear how Zack this news is.
Zack the news, baby.
His ex-girlfriend did a press conference.
Wait, who's ex-girlfriend? The prime minister?
The presidential advisor.
Okay.
So he's somewhere up top.
Got it.
His lady, I don't know if they were married or what, she did a press conference. He resigned right after the press conference.
Got it.
She held up a photo of him taking sexual advantage of her dog. And it was a photo of him standing naked, and the dog looked probably like it was it was a little dog standing on the edge of the couch licking something off of his nether regions. Mm-hmm. Yeah, how about that? That's political news with Zack Chapaloni.
Liftoff. The clock has started.
Hey, Hesbos. You were about to go, but I snuck right in there.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Hey, Hesbos. Welcome to Hesby Street. Do us a favor. Check out our web street.
Our web street.
Fuck.
You should have done this Friday?
You should have done this the whole time.
You're me now. Hey,
Check
Hesbos.
out the web street.
Hey, Hesbos, do us a waiver. Shit. No, don't do us a waiver.
Sign the waiver.
And then
have your parents sign it.
If they have to
fax it in.
Check out the fax number. It's right below the screen here. If you're listening to us, you don't even know where we're pointing.
It's actually, if you're listening to us, it's up somehow.
It's right up
Just
here.
Just look up. HesbyStreetPod.com.
You put a P in it.
Hesby Street. Let's start over.
We're shaking off the holiday rush.
Yeah, sorry we missed a week. We got to get to that later.
Okay. Do us a favor. Go to patreon.com/Hesby Street. Input your credit card information. Press the highest possible number of money that you see. Say to infinity.
And you have to do the real security code or it won't go through.
Yeah.
That's imperative.
Yep. Steal your parents' credit card. Whatever you got to do. We're just targeting kids all of a sudden in the intro. And also go to HesbyStreetPod.com. There we'll start putting stuff on there more. We promise. And then, guys, if you get an extra minute.
Guys, if you go to the website, you can see what episode we posted 2.5 months ago.
And then also go to Instagram and follow Hesby Street Pod. And we'll post funny clips on there, which...
Why do we have an intro?
You can share that.
What does this do?
There's a share button right at the bottom of the video, I think.
Yeah, there is. You can put it in your story. You can share it to your story.
Tell your friends.
Or you can send it to a friend directly. Either one's fine.
We're working on some other stuff, a Hesby Street Pandora station that you can play because you work. You might be a receptionist, so people come into your work and you're like, "Hey, I don't know if you're wondering what's playing. This is Hesby Street Pandora station," and they're like, "I've been shot in the leg. I need a doctor."
Okay, we'll have to wait because healthcare. But while you wait, you can enjoy the Hesby Street Pod Pandora station. It's not always Hesby Street. Sometimes they'll give you completely unrelated podcasts. The algorithm's not that smart.
It's guessing. It'll be like a young Tom Segura clip of his stand-up.
Why you gotta go there, man? Just play the fucking music.
Okay.
And we're back.
Back from Christmas holiday, which is great.
Oh, dude, quick shout out. Wookles & Co.
Santa?
No. Well, yeah. See, I wear these corduroy hats sometimes.
It's a sick hat. For those of you listening, get over to our YouTube channel. Get a look at this fucking hat.
They sent me free hats. They were like, we're such fans of your work.
Damn.
And we don't have sponsors, but free hats is close enough.
That
so
is
go
good.
over to Wookles & Co.
Yep.
And buy some dope-ass corduroy hat. They have other hats, but I like the corduroy hat.
Yeah, I really like it. I wish they would return my calls. I'm not going to lie.
I asked them not to.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a favorite. I was in the Bay Area for the holidays and ran into more Hesbos than I thought I possibly could.
Oh, hell yeah.
A guy at this cocktail place we went to. He's actually Riley's friend, and I can't remember his name, but he came to our live podcast, and Riley got him hooked on the pod.
Sick.
So we go to this cocktail place. My brother and I had just gotten into a fight, like a argument.
Yeah, you and your brother fight.
And we're sitting at the table, and then I order a fun cocktail with a frozen metal straw, put it to my lip, one sip, rips the skin of my lip. I'm bleeding from my mouth. My brother's like half crying to my mom. And I...
Crying like he's laughing at you?
No, like, I want to fight Zack right at this table.
Oh, he's... okay.
We're like
it.
mad.
Got it.
And he...
Typical Christmas.
It's just standard Chapaloni Christmas.
Yeah.
And this guy goes... Dude, I love Hesby Street. And I'm like, do you have a napkin? I'm bleeding, I think, from my mouth. And then I get up to go outside to have a talk with my brother to try and like make peace. And I see him, and he goes to his coworkers, hey, this guy has a hilarious podcast. It's called Hesby Street, which is very sweet. Every coworker went, cool. And then they're like, could I get this order? It was like the coldest possible
Right back down
response.
to earth. Yeah. Cool, man. Yeah, my brother has a podcast too. It sucks.
Yeah.
That's what they're all thinking.
Yeah. They're like, we should, I guess, what do you call it? Cross-pollinate. I'll do your episode, and you can come do mine about local sustainable
Whatever,
farming.
man. Yeah.
And I'm like, you got a thing? Damn.
How'd you think of it?
We don't have a thing. Maybe you can help us find a thing. And then Lauren, him and his lady bought us, also named Lauren. They bought me a drink, and they were wishing you were there because they would have only bought one drink, and it would have been for you. And I took a drunk video of us.
I don't even know. Who's Lauren?
Anyway, he's a fan of the podcast.
Hell
fan
yeah.
of your
Thanks,
stand-up.
Lauren. Hit me up, dude. I'll hook you up with a Wookles & Co. hat.
Yeah.
Which I would probably have to pay for. I think it was just kind of a 2-hat deal.
But thanks for the drink.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was cool.
It is fun running into fans.
Yes.
It is. Thank you to all of you out there. There's not a lot of you, but they're loyal.
Oh, my God. They're so loyal.
If they could just all move to like our neighborhood.
Austin, Texas.
Okay, or Austin, Texas.
That's where you get fans to move.
Got it. We'll all move to Austin, Texas.
Yep. Actually, you know what? Austin's a little too played
Let's
out.
go smaller, like
Waco.
a ranch town. Let's all move to Waco, Texas.
And we'll live in a giant
We'll
house.
live in a giant house.
We'll get it. You know what? We should protect ourselves.
We should get guns.
And like also like C4.
Yeah,
like explosives.
When I said guns, I thought that was kind of the umbrella term. Obviously, there would be explosives.
Yeah. What's the one that like
Munitions.
You plant? It's like a steel
A
thing.
mortar?
No, it's like you stick it in. It's got little sticks on the bottom. It's like it's got a funny. It's like a Nelson or something.
Okay, we'll
should
get a
get
Nelson.
Nelsons.
I feel like if we're starting the cult that I think you're implying, there's
Yeah.
going to be some Nelsons anyway.
It's gonna be most of my day.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, bomb meetings after lunch, and we got to remember what that one's called.
I can't believe I'm telling you this, but no sharp stuff. Except for the bombs.
They'll become sharp. Nothing
Yeah.
starts sharp.
Right.
Shrapnel is excluded from sharp discussions. Now, do we have a god? I nominate me. I have a question about single life in the holidays. Are people more like actively dating?
Oh, good question.
Like, do you feel like people want a warm body during this time of year?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I feel like cuffing season, they call it. It's just
Yeah.
kind of cold, too.
Yeah, right.
But I think you're coming out of the holidays into winter. Yeah, I think things are picking up right now, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, hooking up.
I've never been good at noticing patterns when it
Yeah.
comes to dating.
Yeah.
For me, it always seems like you're in a cold spell or a hot spell, and I don't know there's no rhyme or reason to it.
Yeah, I get that. Whenever I feel like that with anything in life, I feel like I got to journal more so I can flip back to the year before and be
totally.
like,
I mean, that's like I gotta do a heartburn journal. I got other journals I need to do before depression journal,
Right.
anxiety,
Right.
panic attack. I got so many. I gotta log all these things, and I'm like, I don't want to. Then you're
you just
focusing
have
on
a
it more.
File cabinet with
Yeah.
drawers that say like one drawer says depression 88 to 2022.
Yeah.
I don't like. I feel like maybe relationship games are getting played this time of year. People play game. The people who play games.
What does that mean?
There's like people that
Like they play the game of it all, like
Yeah.
they're not texting back.
yeah, like they kind of play a little coy, like a thing on Instagram that you did.
I had a this might be I'm always like careful to tell these kinds of stories. I usually do on the Patreon pod.
Right.
But I was working at the store last night, and this woman came in, and I was checking people in. You know, I'm just checking people off. And she goes, "Are you Torio?" And I was like, "Yeah," you know. And then you think she probably saw a clip or something. She's like, "We talked on Hinge like 2 years ago." And I was like, "Oh, nice to meet." It wasn't like animat.
We talked. Is that like a phone call or just like texting?
Texted.
Okay.
And then I think so then after the show, and she left, and I'm just sitting there, you know, waiting.
Was
for
it
the late show.
Like just like, hey.
Yeah, I did go back and look. She told me her name, so I looked up the name and went back and looked, and I was like, oh, I didn't we texted for a while. I was the one that left it hanging. Mm-hmm. And then so I just texted her, and I was just like, I feel like you brought up games of it all, and I was just like, I just said, we want to go out. It's been a couple of years. Yeah, it's been long enough, right?
Yeah,
we should probably just go out. So we might go out.
That's great.
Because
why did you stop
do the games.
texting?
I don't know. I mean, it was like I think we were talking like February 2020.
Oh, so it was like things just got dark.
Things just went.
Yeah,
weird.
You couldn't even meet up with anyone really.
And then maybe I was talking to someone else more. I don't know what it was. No, I mean that's probably wouldn't have been it at that time.
Check your journal. This is where the journal would come in handy. You'd open it and go,
well,
Denise
here's the thing.
with 3 kids. I was raising her kids.
I was raising Denise's kids. Really should call Denise.
Those are the kids. God, they must be 14.
I hope they made it through the sickness. Yeah, but I think I just brought that up. That's an example. I don't really do the games.
Yeah, you don't do the games.
Because if I was going to do the games, I would text chatter up again.
Right.
When we do and I was just like, let's just go out.
Right.
Let's just get the drink and see what's
around
up.
the bush.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
We're both in our 30s.
Yeah. Do you want to hold each other?
Yeah, come on.
Do you want to hold me and I'll hold you back?
And then once it gets warmer, we can go our separate ways. Let's get through this winter.
Is that a game?
No, I don't think so.
Right.
Unless that's really your mindset.
Right.
Of I'm literally doing this.
The only games I play anymore is
this is the bit that you were trying to get to 8 minutes ago. Just so everyone knows, pulling the veil back a little bit.
We got a good story out of it.
We did.
Okay.
We did. No,
everyone wins.
And I hate that I'm taking the magic away, but it was just the way you phrased it. Or I was like, don't treat our listeners like this. What's the game you play?
You know, sometimes it's raining out.
Yep.
And Postmates won't hit me with a deal. So I'll peruse a little bit, start adding some things to the cart, and then I'm like, I'm shy. And then I close it. A couple hours go by. Hey, man, let's take $20 off that order. And then I wait, pretend like I didn't see it. And it's like, I know you saw it. We'll do 30.
You'll do $30 off?
If you acknowledge or 30%. This. $30 up to $30 off.
Wow.
But you got to spend a lot.
I didn't know Postmates did that, played that game.
Oh, they'll play with you.
Oh,
dude.
man.
Dude.
I don't Postmates.
I feel like diabolical, like
leaving
serial
things in your
daters
cart
would probably just be killing it on Postmates right now. I'm not good at game playing.
Right.
But
you don't get
the
opportunity.
If you're just a dog, you're fucking Postmates up. They're like, dude, this one's on us. Please text me back. It's Christmas. My family thought they'd meet you.
Oh, man. Speaking of Christmas, I know we missed our Christmas episode.
I know. Sorry, guys.
Sorry about that. Life came at us, and then we a little bit used, I think, the holiday as a cop-out. We're like,
just
we deserve the week
slammed.
off.
We were
slammed. I was watching. I was going to do this for the Christmas episode. Didn't get the opportunity.
Oh, no.
But I watched a Christmas movie on Santa. I implore you all to never watch it, but also maybe hate watch it. It's pretty funny.
A Christmas movie on Santa?
It was Christmas on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, did I say on Santa? It was about Santa. This is how.
Like, is this a Santa doc?
This is how crazy this movie made me. It's called I Believe in Santa. Okay.
What's wrong with you?
It's about. What do you mean?
Okay.
What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Because I watched it?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It was, I'll say this. It was a.
You think everything's dumb to a degree.
Of course.
But you're also the guy that goes home and goes, I believe in Santa. Let's watch it.
I'm going to tell you the premise. I don't hate the premise. I think they could have done it in a very fun way.
Okay.
Did they? You'll see. The premise is this couple meets on July 4th. Okay. And then they hit it off, right? and they just like fall in love. So by the time Christmas season comes, they're in a somewhat long-term relationship. It's been like 5-6 months. And then she finds out that he genuinely believes in Santa. They're like in their 40s.
Okay.
Kind of fun. Like not unlike Elf, you know,
Right.
just not done that.
Right.
It wasn't done. And then at one point, so his best friend in the movie is an Indian Muslim guy. And she can't wrap her head around the fact that her boyfriend, like, it's like a big, she's like trying to like, you believe in Santa? She has dinner with the friend, and the friend at one point says, she's like, how do you, I can't get, I can't, like, this is weird. And then the friend says that it's very similar to him being a Muslim in Denver, because what he believes in, a lot of people think is crazy too. And so he compares his belief in Allah,
The most popular religion in the world,
to this main character believing in Santa. And that's just what and that's just kind of the turning point. We're like, oh, you're right. We should be welcoming of everyone's beliefs.
Yeah.
But one person's a man believing in Santa,
Which is crazy.
and the other person is just a Muslim man living his life.
which is
This is like the number 5 movie on Netflix on like Christmas Day. I was flabbergasted, and I just had to share that with you.
It sounds like it's what our country needs.
It's not.
Islam being the reason that everyone goes, all right, freedom of choice.
Hey, if
freedom
you want to
of
believe in
religion.
Santa or Muslims, that's fine.
Right.
That's what you think this country needs.
Someone's just like pineapple on pizza, and they're like, shut the fuck up, you psychopath. I mean, dude, in a way, it's all made up guys. I mean, like, maybe they started with real guys. Obviously, Muhammad was a real guy. Jesus, I think, was a real guy, but his name wasn't Jesus.
Right.
Santa, Saint
Nick
Nick was a real guy. Didn't do any of that stuff.
There was also a Klaus.
There was a Krampus.
A Krampus. Okay, so yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is a brilliant movie and you should all watch I Believe in Santa.
I believe in Santa is just everyone being like, look, they're crazy. Let them.
I just
believe in
like,
it.
we've gone down, we've read like the screenwriting books.
Yeah.
And so you have these beats you got to hit.
Right.
And at some point while writing this movie, he's like, we need something that like
Ties it.
convinces people that he's not crazy.
The turning point.
Muslims.
Well, that's what our country needs.
It's like, you gotta be kidding me,
Muslim
man.
isn't crazy.
No, okay, but believing in Santa is. I'm sorry, man, and it's not the same. It's not okay.
It might
This
be.
movie's not okay. I'm looking at both cameras.
Yeah, but it's just they're gonna sell us whatever they can sell us, man.
Damn,
and
dude.
they sell us and they take advantage of our.
Well,
belief.
that's the thing, is that there's stupid people that probably are like, yeah, you're right.
All right, I should be nicer.
My neighbor is
'Cause
just
I
as
don't
dumb
wanna be naughty.
and naive and cute as my 4-year-old son
Yeah.
with his beliefs. Fucking idiots, man. Anyways,
So that movie turned out you were right. The movie was dumb,
it was.
and it made you angry.
Then it did make me angry.
Yeah.
But Christmas is over now. You
yeah.
know, we don't have to worry about it.
And I would have, if we lived together, I would have seen you go to click on it and go, let's skip all this. Let's just live life, man. You don't need to find a new thing to be mad about.
Okay, yeah. We need to move back in.
Yeah, we do.
We got to get rid of your stupid wife.
I'm trying, man. I am snoring. I'm fake snoring. She's like, your snoring's gotten out of hand. And I'm like, yeah, right?
She's like, I mean, you do the literal honk shoe.
Yeah. You say
Like,
me,
1980 cartoons. Do you remember? Did you ever do that as a little kid? Try to fake snore?
Yeah.
And your parents would just be like, you thought you had him. Like, he's sleeping. And I'd just be like, honk shoe.
Oh, no.
Or like
cartoon.
cartoon. Or like, just like, just like crazy.
Not when I pretend to be sleeping, I was just quiet.
Oh no, I would straight up do the snoring. That wasn't fun if I just faked slept.
Yeah.
I had to really sell it. I'm a showman.
That is good. Yeah, you'd go, what a nightmare this is. And they're like, no one yawns while they're sleeping.
Start saying creepy shit.
Yeah, dude, if I could go back and be a kid again, that's all I would do. I'd be like, the man in the
people out.
closet misses his wife, and he wants us out by February
Yeah.
for Valentine's Day.
Anyways, what's for snacks?
Yeah.
Like, what did you just say? What? I don't know. What? I was just in my room.
Yeah. And then I ended up here.
Weird.
How are you guys doing as a couple? Dude, speaking of couples not doing well, you hear about this
no.
Sri Lankan presidential advisor?
Oh, of course. But why don't, for the sake of the Hesbos, you
Yeah.
explain what you're talking about?
Right, because you're all up on
I'm
on
caught
world
up.
news. I realize it sounds like a very, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like,
Pretentious?
yeah, or like
Yeah,
a dignified
like an NPR. Oh, you've
talking
been, yeah.
point. Wait till you hear how Zack this news is.
Zack the news, baby.
His ex-girlfriend did a press conference.
Wait, who's ex-girlfriend? The prime minister?
The presidential advisor.
Okay,
So he's somewhere up top.
got it.
His lady, I don't know if they were married or what. She did a press conference. He resigned right after the press conference.
Got it.
She held up a photo of him taking sexual advantage of her dog. And it was a photo of him standing naked, and the dog looked probably like it was like it was a little dog standing on the edge of the couch licking something off of his like nether regions. Yeah, how about that? That's political news with Zack Chapaloni.
So how about that? You'd be the greatest interviewer. So what do you think?
Like, dude, that's kind of wild, right?
Just like you'd have just like, I don't know, like the King of England. Like,
Yeah.
you hear about Sri Lankan president?
Wait till you see
What do you think about this? Okay, so she had a press conference selling him. She was upset with
She
him.
held up a photo. It was like a printed, like she went to a FedEx Kinko's. Like she
Got
used
it.
a printer.
And this guy has like peanut butter on his balls.
it's
the
not
dog's
clear. He's
licking
just
it off.
standing, and the dog's like,
And he's naked. Bare
just
ass.
kind of. Well, it's his front, and the dog is like covering the region, but like its head.
Oh, he should have lied.
Well, what do
He
you
should have
say?
been like, he wasn't doing anything. It was just a. He's a bad politician.
Yeah.
If you can't actually see the lick, you
I
know what
love-
I mean? You
I
must
love
have
this.
quit.
Torio.
Yeah.
Round of applause. dude.
Thanks,
That's
man.
great. My spin zone would have been way worse.
What was your
I
spin
would have
zone?
said, let's get ahead of it. Let's just say you've always had a passion for grooming dogs, and we'll get out.
And if you go by dog years, that dog's of age.
That dog's of age.
Yeah.
That dog could have not wanted peanut butter. You know? It had the choice to not want
It
peanut
didn't
butter.
need the peanut butter. It chose to eat the peanut
It
butter.
could have asked for a treat. You know? They got
Yeah.
the boards where the dog can talk now. Mm-hmm. I blame the dog education system.
Yeah. And how was the dog raised? You
That's
know?
right. That's right.
The dog's fault.
I
We're
blame the
not,
dog.
we're not blaming the victim
No.
because the victim is the
Presidential
presidential advisor
advisor.
who was the one being
Sexually
licked.
licked. We hope.
That's all. No questions.
Yeah, that's it. Honestly, we're done talking. That was fun. Another wild thing in the news: the East Bay catalog.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
You don't remember the East Bay catalog?
Is that a? No, I don't. Tell me
when
about
we were
it.
kids, it was like the
when we were
coolest thing.
when I was growing up in San Diego.
It was every boy across America.
Oh, okay.
It was like a catalog you got in the mail.
Got it.
And it was just sports equipment, like a new catcher's mitt.
I think I do remember this. I
cool
didn't know that's what it
baseball
was
cleats,
called.
East
Yeah.
Bay catalog. Never bought anything on it.
In-
but
back in the news?
Just used to look into their closing.
No.
Little kids are never gonna.
That didn't close 15 years ago? It survived till 2022?
Yeah, man. I guess you're right.
I
It's
feel like
silver lining.
at their holiday party, right? They know they're going out of business.
Yeah.
It's their last hurrah.
Yeah.
You're like, we did pretty good, right? We
was
made it to
just two guys.
2022.
It's me and you, Clark. You handle printing, and I pick the equipment.
What are we going to do with all these bats?
Technically, they don't belong to us.
They're on consignment.
No, I used to dream in that catalog. All right, I'm getting these cleats, that face mask,
Yep.
and I am riding the bench all year, looking fucking sick.
Yeah, those cleats, they will not grind down at all.
And then someone's like, "Do you want to go on a run or like go to the gym?" I'm like,
Nah, I'm busy looking at the
I
catalog.
got to plan my appeal to the culture. You know, it was like the years of Iverson. I'm like, how am I going to contribute to the culture? You know what I mean? How am I going to make people want to dress like me? Not realizing that he was good at basketball first.
He was good at basketball
First.
and then he did weird style. Baggy
Well,
pants.
yeah.
Capri pants. Let's call them what they were.
What was it?
Capri pants, basically.
I guess they crossed over. It got very
Yeah.
capri-ish, but they were so baggy
They were very baggy.
that I wouldn't dare call that a capri.
Right, I guess capri pants are tighter.
They're a little tighter.
Yeah.
Very European.
Yeah, I don't know.
And weird, I don't know if that's a fair term. I think it was how people dressed where he was from. I don't
well,
think
he took it.
he took it mainstream.
He took it mainstream. I think he also took it up a notch.
You think? Well, the style just kind of
Yeah.
like the sagging and the big bagginess.
I think he made he was making a statement. He's like, I'm going a little bigger, a
Yeah.
little longer,
Yep.
and
Yep.
he was short.
Hat's going to be sideways. He was basketball short, which is 3 inches taller than both of us.
I think Iverson was 6 feet at most. I think he was pretty
As
small.
tall as me?
I don't. He might have been 5'11", 5'10", even.
No.
I mean, I could be wrong.
This is a fun conversation. I think the podcast is
We're not a
turning
sports
it up right here.
podcast.
No, we're not. But
All
the
right,
East Bay
end it
catalog, R.I.P.
on a banger.
R.I.P. the East Bay catalog.
R.I.P. Man, that was a fun catalog.
Okay.
Yeah, you look at different shoulder pads. I didn't know what that meant.
I know.
Who gets the bigger ones?
I know.
Is that just if you hit hard? Does that mean you hit harder?
Yeah. Cowboy collar. I'm like, that guy's not going to break his neck.
That'll keep your neck from breaking.
Right.
That's a second neck.
Yeah, it just kind of bends around it. And that saves your life.
Yeah.
Dude, it was just consumerism, man. All I wanted was like
Still
steroids,
consumerism. Yeah.
Frosted Flakes. There were commercials when I was little, and I haven't looked them up, but I remember vividly Frosted Flakes. Tony the Tiger would tell me
Frosted Flakes were good.
they were delicious, but
But it
Tony
was
the Tiger
pure
taught me
sugar.
that it would make you run faster and be stronger. So I'd finish a bowl and I'd like sprint out in the yard, and I'm like, I'm feeling it.
Yeah, it's pure sugar rush. They're
It's
great,
not-
man.
I'm not enhancing myself in any way. You know?
No, you're making yourself worse.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I pass out and I sleep, and then I get an EpiPen in the fucking leg.
Right.
And then I was like, I think those Frosted Flakes are
Like
a
gave
little
me
too
diabetes.
powerful.
What'd you get for Christmas, dude? Let's talk about the hits.
My family doesn't do that,
Yeah.
but my wife's white Christmas, dude. I am dreaming of a white Christmas every fucking year, dude. We sat in a cozy living room, fucking like comfy wool socks
Do you have
on.
a cocoa?
I had
Irish coffee.
we had donuts. They
Nothing-
offered me
you
coffee.
didn't have a hot
I didn't
beverage?
get a hot. We were.
You ain't
not
white
there
Christmas
for
in
long.
then, dog.
I wasn't all in this year. I got some cool shirts. We got a cool Grateful Dead poster, but like really professionally framed.
I
Like
saw it. It is really cool.
her dad put a lot of thought into the color of the framing, like the border.
Do you think that's kind of infringing on your T-shirt framing business?
Look, at this moment,
Yeah.
I've been instructed by my business advisor to not disclose any
Got it.
of my personal feelings about the bullshit going on in the framing world.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
about how attacked I feel.
Okay.
And how they're leaving me out of.
Understood.
Honestly, like a lot of money is sitting there, and you just start to realize there are powerful people in this world that have a stronghold on major
Frames.
points of commerce. Like you have big oil,
Uh-huh. You got big oil and you have
iron,
iron.
or I think those are separate now.
Could be.
Times have changed there. Here's the problem. You got big glass, you got big metal, you got big wood. And you got big like colors and pastels. They all team together.
Yeah.
And they formed a power family. All their kids, guess where they're going to school? Harvard. Guess how they did on their SATs? It's not public information. I've looked. The game is rigged, Torio. And the little man like us
Yeah.
and fucking Gary and Wallace over at East Bay Catalog just trying to figure it out and get the people what they want. I'm getting fucking pushed out, man.
I'm sorry I brought it up, but it's a really nice frame.
It's good. It's good for posters. Yeah. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Stay on your side of the fucking field, dude.
Of course, doing a callback to, I don't even know how many episodes ago that was, but
yeah.
Zack is starting a T-shirt framing business exclusively and only
For
Which is what
shirts.
exclusively means
Yeah.
framing T-shirts.
We're expanding to jerseys. I'm playing with some tank top designs.
But for the most part, just your regular short sleeve
Yeah.
T-shirt.
Someone actually emailed hesbystreetpod@gmail.com and they said, hey, I have a, honestly, the most
This was
prized
wild.
set of
Yeah.
overall shorts.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to get back. I can't.
I saw your reply.
My reply was nonsense.
Thank God it was Christmas. You were able to be like, holidays, sorry.
What?
Get back to you soon.
Why did I
that
write
was
like
what
that?
it was.
I gotta get dash. I dash.
Yeah, there's a lot of dashes. You can just backspace.
I know,
You could have collected your thoughts
Yeah.
and then hit me up.
Yeah.
Run a version by me. I'm happy to help
But
with
then-
my English degree.
Totally. But then I said I just felt like it was a waste of ink, and then you said Zack.
And then you
That's not how any of this worked.
You
And I
called-
started feeling threatened as a
Yeah.
business owner.
You called me out of the blue before I had read it and said I hit send just so I wouldn't have to deal with this.
I want you to
on
know.
Christmas Eve.
I want you to know this happened. I don't need feedback. When you
I
become a
checked
business owner, you're like the face of an enterprise. You don't ask questions as much. You got to be
You
confident.
can't.
You got to
You
be
ask
confident.
questions, it shows weakness.
You see how Elon just steps out of a meeting when someone's fucking calling him out? He's like, "You're a jackass," and he leaves. And they're
Call
like,
him a
"Just
jack-
explain what you said." And he's like,
I will refuse to explain what I
you
said.
know it's gonna sound dumb if I try to explain it. I'm out of here."
I am not going to sound dumb again.
And then he tweets a photo of Batman standing on a rooftop and said like "mood" or something. And I was like, "Me and you, dude. We are small
You and Elon.
business. We're getting shit on."
So you are the Twitter Tesla empire, very similar to the T-shirt framing empire that you have built or are considering building.
I relate to him a lot.
Got
And
it.
I relate to, specifically a meat producer, one of my favorite steaks I've ever had, Trump steaks. Fantastic steaks.
Yeah.
They've made so many people sick, and he doesn't let them get them down. He doesn't let it get in the way of his success.
We're still going to sell this spoiled meat.
These are inspirations to me
Yeah,
because
got
there
it.
are going to be hiccups in the road. Of
course.
People are going to die from what you put out there.
Collateral damage will always exist.
If you don't have enemies, you're doing it wrong. You're
Got
not
it.
making an impact.
I think you're gonna it seems like you have everything. You
Yeah.
got the mindset.
Thank you.
You have an incredible business idea.
I think so.
Framing T-shirts.
Framing T-shirts.
Yes, because that's not something that exists.
And it's now I'm going by shirts. If you could stop saying T-shirts, I just want to sound a little more like expanded. We've graduated.
my apologies.
Yeah, we're growing fast.
Yeah. You should maybe just turn it into all clothing.
Yeah. I'm
know?
trying to, but I'm starting just with tops. And you know what I do is I kind of like assert my dominance in the market. So I'll go to like a sports bar and there'll be a
break it.
Joe Montana. I'm like, this is shit. And they go, what? And I go, this frame. I love Joe. It's a disservice to his name and his
Yeah.
legacy to frame it like that. And they said, what's wrong with it? And I go, these are terms you wouldn't understand. And then I throw terms out there, you know?
What are some examples of terms?
Depth, lapel.
Those are great terms.
Yeah, the notes, the hints.
Oh yeah, like you just describe a wine
Yeah,
as though it's a frame.
yeah. Notes, hints, and then I just use the last word to inspire the next word. So notes, hints, secrets, Illuminati,
Illuminati.
Nicholas
Shush,
Cage,
shush. Oh, there we go.
National Treasure,
Sure. Constitution.
Pirates.
And at that point,
The cops have already handcuffed me.
okay, I thought they were buying frames.
No, but they'll remember me.
Okay.
Every time they
Well,
look at that frame.
If you only watched the IG clips, which
Yeah.
is 95% of you, and you thought, well, certainly they're done with the T-shirt framing bits. We're back, baby.
No,
we got a
I'm-
new
it's-
T-shirt
It's
frame
a
clip.
business. It's not a bit. It's what's gonna make sure my kids are rich monsters.
That's right.
So I want to go third generation, absolutely out of touch with reality.
Yes.
Don't even know how to flush their own toilets.
Good. That's what I can't wait to meet
Go
them.
to tables, and when food's not there, they think that's where food comes from. They think food comes from tables. I haven't done that. You might as well bury me with the East Bay catalog.
something wrong with your table.
This table's busted.
There's no food.
Just kind of rub it.
Just like pressing certain parts.
And then after an hour, they start covering their ears and screaming. That's how I know I've been a success.
All right, Hesbos. Well, hey, thanks for bearing with us. Happy New Year.
Have a happy New Year, you guys.
We'll be back next week.
Yeah,
We're
unless
not
you're on
gonna
Patreon, we're coming with another one
This
this week.
Friday.
So
Yeah, which you can join. We've been getting more patrons, so
Yeah.
we should try harder.
word's traveling.
Thank you.
And we're sorry.
And we're sorry, like always. We tried.
We tried.
We tried our best.
That's all we can do.
We tried some. I don't know about our
What are we
best.
gonna do?
Yeah.
Believe in Santa.